welcome to the Vlogging Dead. So excited to be back, so excited. We haven't watched it yet. We're catching up right now on the last episode, so to reiterate real quick, because a lot of us have forgotten, Herschel is dead, Judith is missing.
Everybody's missing, they're all scattered.
Everybody's scattered like ants right now. So, here we go. Here's the intro. See you on the other side. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Are you cozy?
No.
We'll get cozy because we've got a lot to talk about, but we have nothing to talk about, or I have nothing to talk about, because if you watch The Walking Dead,
Wait, let me write that down on the calendar.
ooh, and then you watch The Talking Dead, they basically pretty much hit on and discussed everything that I feel really needed to be said. I mean, Michonne goes through her whole revelation, and it starts out with Michonne obviously finishing off Herschel, which was, painful. I think it was cool that they brought the actual head to the set of The Talking Dead, though. That was kind of cool.
Chris trying to feed it pudding.
Yeah. And the whole time I'm sitting there thinking, no, don't get it on the prop. What are you doing? They're going to be pissed. But he didn't. The notes that I took is, obviously Michonne finishing off Herschel, and, why she didn't follow the footprints. Originally I was thinking that she just didn't want the drama with the group anymore, because she was originally, by herself and pretty much doing fine. The fight or flight, what she was just being herself, or the person that she was forced to be. And I mean, they touched on everything with this was the backstory.
You're talking about they touched everything on The Talking Dead.
Yes.
Okay, well.
Sometimes I say things that I don't mean.
This is about our opinion there too, though. But
right.
When she looked at the footprints, and I was like, oh, there's the footprints. And she's going to go. Where's she going? She's taking her little pets with her, and she's just crossing and leaving. And I'm like, why is she not going to go back with them? The first thought in my head is she was just going to start over again.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking too. The flashback that she experienced, I noticed that, when we first see the flashback, and they're in this nice house, and they've got, wine and everything, it's like, oh wow, this is before the apocalypse. And then you quickly saw the progression and, the way that everything was degrading, and, you quickly caught on to the fact that this was kind of a dream sequence, not just a flashback.
One minute she's holding her child, and next minute child's gone, and next minute the dude's just sitting there with no arms.
Yeah.
So it's just like, oh, well, I got the fact that she knew the two guys that were her first two pets because of all the conversations with Andrea, but in those conversations, she made it sound like those two guys did some really nasty things to her. I thought it was kind of like a group sexual assault or something like that.
Oh, wow.
Because that's the way she made it sound in her conversations with Andrea, and that's why she killed them and made them her pets.
Oh, wow. I wasn't thinking that far back.
And
wow.
No, I remember all those conversations. So, I didn't think that it was going to be like, I think Terry may have been her brother, or her lover's a brother or something, I don't know.
Yeah, but we find out that is the baby's father. But we still don't know what happened directly to the baby.
Right.
I mean, we can, by everything that we've seen through the whole, the series, then we can kind of speculate.
When she got to Joe Jr.'s diner there, she was, kneeling down, and she says, you were right about something, but you still could have been here, and the baby still could have been here. And I'm like, right about what? What was he right about? I mean, that's what's bugging me. Because my question, when they first posted it on Facebook to ask a question from Michonne, my first question was, I want to know about what's going on with her child. Whatever happened with her child. And they touched on it. I was really hoping they would ask my question, but they didn't.
So the other big thing, and I want to make a prediction before I forget it right now, Carl is, going out into the world because his dad's, on the couch, in bad shape. He was, seconds, from death, so he has to recover. I actually wrote down, and I thought that I called it, I wrote down that Rick was beat up bad, possible internal bleeding. and I'm thinking, okay, he's going to become a zombie, and I thought that he was dead. Of course, they wanted us to think that, so I played right into what they wanted us to think.
I didn't think of that at all.
But here's the thing. I predict that Carol or Michonne, one or the other, because Michonne and Carl kind of have that connection. I predict that one of them is going to go to the house to where Carl lost his shoe because he wrote on the door, and I don't think that they would just have him write on the door if somebody else isn't going to see it. Possibly even Daryl and, I don't know her name, the girl, the blonde. Beth, sorry. I think that they might find it, but somebody's going to find that message. Somebody's going to return Carl's shoe to him, and somebody's going to die next week.
Yeah, because, you know, when they announce the guests that are going to be on The Talking Dead, especially if it's a cast member like this week, they said, oh, it's Greg Nicotero and it's Donai. Oh, and next week it's this comedian, and a special guest. Mm-hmm. Which means cast member is going to die. And I'm like, damn it! That's like their secret code for cast member dying.
Well, I mean, I don't see how they could do it any other way. I mean, they want us to watch, and yet yeah, so the question now is, who's it going to be?
There's only 4 original cast members left.
I don't know. We're going to have to wait and see. But it's exciting now that it's on. So you guys do us a favor. Post your questions down in the comments, and I think that we'll keep doing this. Like, so we'll do tonight's. You're shaking your head no.
In the sneak peek...
You shook your head no.
In the sneak peek, Daryl was looking pretty down and pretty out. You know, I'm thinking Daryl's going to die. Because it's like...
Oh, he's in a different place too, you're thinking.
He's in a different...
I think everybody
place
is.
In his head. He's in a different realm in his head. It's like he doesn't even care. Beth had more fight in her in the scenes that we saw than he did.
Well, in the preview too, Glenn is pretty down right now. Where the heck was he sitting there looking down over, I don't know, into a hole, a cliff, or
well, you gotta remember,
something?
when they shoved him on the bus, he was still really sick. He could, you know, so...
Right, and he was yelling for Maggie, maybe Maggie, because she was on before too. So, anyway, no, my point is post it down in the comments. We'll do this tonight, and then we'll read over any questions. As long as there's, you know, a couple questions, we'll do this again tomorrow, just like we were doing last season. But excited to be back. Do you have anything else to say?
Yeah. I want some chocolate pudding.
Don't we all?
That's all it was all over Twitter. And that's why I had to shut off my Facebook, because when the East Coast started watching it, I had to shut off my Facebook and my Twitter because I kept seeing pudding and Herschel's head. And I was like, oh, no, I don't want to know what that means.
Yeah, if you guys want to, you're free and welcome to use the hashtag VloggingDead with a V. I'll let you do it.
2 G's.
Yeah, 2 G's. Anyway, if you don't have anything else, and I don't have anything else, we see you guys tomorrow on Vlogging Dead.
I want Carol back.
I missed.
I want Carol with Daryl, and I want some love with Michonne and Rick.
Let's get it on.
This is Vincent Embor, a.k.a. Oscar from The Walking Dead. Yo, happy haunted.